What's going on, family? It's Brother Coasty at IALLG.com. We are always building bridges within to explore the world without. Today's conversation is all about the two gifts you can give to yourself. The two gifts that you can give to yourself. The two gifts that you can give to yourself. All right. So let's talk about that for just a second. Why are we giving gifts to ourselves? Why? Because we give ourselves love. We give ourselves love. We have to gift ourselves love. We have to gift ourselves love. A lot of the times we don't gift ourselves anything. We don't give ourselves anything. We kind of put ourselves on the back burner through what we call life. And we think that once we get all caught up on our responsibilities, then we'll love on ourselves and we'll do these things for ourselves. But this is incongruent, right? Because what happens when we don't get what we need to get done, we punish ourselves. But what we also do is put our gifts on the back burner. You get what I'm saying, family? Like, we will vacation once or twice a year, but we'll be on our own butts every single day to get stuff done. Can you see how that would drive you to be very critical of yourself, to be very hard on yourself, to almost to a degree become sort of unloving or have conditional love for yourself? Maybe you don't see it just yet, but just analyze the way that you treat yourself and how you treat yourself when you don't get things done. Are you understanding? Do you give yourself a break, or do you say, dang it, you can't get anything done right? Or do you punish yourself with harsh words or um, not doing stuff? Like, dang it, I didn't get that done. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit at home and sulk. You got to realize, family, the way that we treat ourselves and the way that we approach ourselves, and oftentimes that's how we treat other people, either the exact way or the exact opposite way. And we don't even realize a lot of times that we're our own victims. We're victims of our own behavior. So look, to alleviate that, really simple, short today is two gifts that you can give yourself. Number one is observation. Observe yourself. Actually give yourself some attention. See what you do and why you do it. Make sense of your actions. Look, I'm a fiddler, y'all, so I like to play with stuff, and my hands are very active. That's why you'll see me do this and this when I'm teaching and talking, or I'll do this a lot, or I do a lot of different things, or I move my feet, and I have a lot of energy. I've observed myself enough to understand my patterns and my behavior, and this is a way that you can give yourself some love, but just understanding and observing the things that you do. And you will see over time, you can begin to ask yourself why you do these things. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole. And it's so exciting to go down when you just understand that it's there. There is a whole world of you that you don't even understand yet, and that you have the opportunity to get to understand yourself, love yourself. And the other gift that you can give yourself is suspending judgments about yourself. Look, we all have a lot of life to live, right? And we feel as if we don't always make the right decision, or we don't always make the right choice. Look, when you're analyzing your past and you realize some of these mistakes, charge it to the game and realize that you are learning. You're learning, family. Like, this is the biggest thing. Like, you're learning right now. You're learning. And what happens when you're learning? You're going to make mistakes, but really they're not mistakes. They were things that needed to happen so you could learn the lesson. Look, the school system has kind of messed us up in our head because it's been so rigid on this pass or fail mentality instead of what needs to be learned, which is critical thinking, what I like to call thinking in the gray area. When you don't understand that, that's the point of life, learning how to think in the gray area, the critical thinking skills. Well, you will be very harsh on yourself when you make a decision that a lot of people don't agree with. And sometimes it was the only decision that you could make. But people, when you allow them to influence your thinking, will make you feel like you're a bad person. So I'm telling you, one of the gifts that you can give yourself is a suspension of judgment. Don't keep judging everything that you do and just accept it as something that you did. And even some of the things that you do, just something that you do, begin to understand it, but don't make a judgment about it as if it's good or bad or right or wrong. It just is. And there's a reasoning behind it. Look, I'm an emotional eater. I'm an emotional eater, family. And look, I know why I'm an emotional eater. When I go eat French fries, I know why I shouldn't do that. Look, I don't say you're a bad person or you're doing the wrong thing. I just say, dang, okay, there's some more work I have to do. I don't judge myself for it. I understand. I understand who I am and what I am and what I've been conditioned to do, believe, and act and behave. And when you get to that point where you understand those things, you will then allow yourself to unfold and unwind. And you can begin loving on yourself and leading yourself in a direction that you want to go, instead of just pointing at yourself and saying you're bad, you're doing wrong. Because what does that do? It makes you view yourself in a more negative way. And what does that do? It makes you disappointed with yourself. And then what does that do? It brings down your self-esteem. And then what does that do? You lose discipline. And then what does that do? You get stuck in this self-defeating loop, like I can't do anything right. And then what do you do when you say that? You say, I'm disappointed with yourself. And then you just go deeper and deeper in the rabbit hole. So stop it. Get out of the loop. Stop judging yourself. Accept yourself for who and what you are in this period in time, and love it. Love it and know that you have the power to change. You have the power to evolve. You have the power to transform and act in that power, family. That's it. Just act in the power after that. Those are the two gifts: observation, learn yourself, know yourself, give yourself attention. And number two, stop judging yourself and accept you for who you are. And when you understand why you do what you do, you now give yourself power to change. It's powerful, family. Those are the two gifts you can give yourself starting today, right now. And as always, I always extend the invitation. If you're somebody who has a hard time with some of my teachings, but you know that they're valuable, you know that you need them, and you know that you want to be the best you that you can be, I extend the invitation to apply to the school, apply to the academy. There are 6 steps to greatness that I'm going to teach you. But before we can get there, we have to give you the prerequisites, and that's understanding who you are. That's learning about yourself. That's getting rid of the crap that people have told you about you and really tapping into who you are at your core, at your essence, without the BS. And once you realize that, then we can take the 6 steps to greatness to exponentially grow who and what you are. If it sounds like you, I want you to visit the program, IALLG.com. Schedule a time to talk with me. We'll talk. We'll go over 3 things. I always tell you, it's very simple. I'm going to get to know you, who you are, what you're doing, what you're building, what your goals are. Number 2, where do you want to go in the future? Where do you see yourself? And then number 3, what's stopping you from getting there? And I'm going to talk to him and figure this stuff out. And if I feel that what I have for you is a good fit, we'll see about next steps. But if not, you'll at least have some kind of a game plan moving forward. If that sounds like a bet, that sounds like a fit for you, go and visit the site, IALLG.com. But until then, this is Brother Coasty at IALLG.com. We're always, always, always building bridges within to explore the world without. Peace, family.